posting content makes you feel more content. I don't know how true is true, but it does give a certain feeling of fulfillment when we start posting videos out and for the world to see, right? It's simply because we are creative creatures and we want to be able to give as much value as we can, or entertain, or to simply just find a way for us to show up for ourselves. And through this mini exercise or activity, you will be content via making content, right? It sounds funny and it rhymes, but I think it's true. Simply because I was someone who really liked and enjoy posting content back in the days when, you know, the OG Instagram days, and I used to post so many pictures of good times. And what I come to realize is that after a certain time, like maybe 2015 onwards, or like when I started to go to college, people were posting actively. Sorry, not 2015, maybe 2020. Yeah, ever since 2020, my confidence kind of dropped, like it dipped, because I started to feel things like I started to feel distant from people. I'm not sure if that's the effect of COVID, but when that happened, I started to be more self-conscious of myself, and I would overthink more. I'm usually an overthinker, as much as I don't really like to admit it, but I would overthink and procrastinate pretty often back then. I seldom take action. I only want to find joy outside of home, and it's not that I don't find joy at home, but it's just that I've built habits around going out a lot. So I'm a very social person at the time. But when it comes to posting on social media, it became I became very, you know, like a tortoise in a shell. So I would think of, oh, what other people think of me, like, you know, all these kind of thoughts, imposter syndrome, and feeling like you're not good enough when everyone else, comparing yourself to other people, and then it I just stopped posting. As simple as that and straightforward. I just stopped posting for a long time. Like, I would take few months just to post like one little post, right? And that took a lot of effort in me to do so. So fast forward last year, I realized that, hey, this is actually not good. Like what you're thinking is actually focusing on what's outside and not inside, right? It's thinking of what other people would think of me, when in reality no one is thinking of me, right? It's just all in my mind. What is going on? So I started to shift. Like, instead of having that mentality, I started to shift that mindset where, you know, focus more inward, and every time you post, it's for yourself, no one else, but it's for yourself, to become the better version of yourself. And that's through posting. I related it to that that pain, right? And it worked until I got distracted. It worked until I found something new to do, like a new hobby and interest, and you know, I just stopped, and then it just gradually stopped again, and I didn't feel like the need to post again. But then I started to realize that, you know, when I feel like we just go through seasons and phases in life where it's like a cycle, right? Grass is always greener. When you're going through a down phase, grass is always greener on the other side. So you want to feel more positive. And when you're feeling more positive, it's like you have a lot to lose, if that makes sense. When you're feeling down, you have a lot to gain. But when you are feeling high, then it will be like you have a lot to lose, right? It's the opposite attracts. So it's always about how you can maintain or balance your feelings and emotions. It's not easy, but it took me some time to realize that, hey, this is actually like this is a reality. Like for me, it has always been how do I put it? It has always been trying to maxing, right? Like everyone's like, you know, doing something and they go maxing, right? Like football maxing, or like whatever, mindset maxing, whatever you want to do, just go all out and all in. And well, it worked for me to a certain extent, so to a certain point, but you know, you run out of fuel really fast. It's like short bursts and sprints where you really need to I put my eggs all in one basket really often, and that's how I realized that I burn out easily and run out of, and then I hop to the next interest. So well, getting back to content, right? It's the same. So I was basically trying to build like a system where I could post recurringly and to make sure I don't burn out while I enjoy staying in the game. So I realized posting content is very interesting because it really brings out the person you truly want to be. Like the thing that you want to share is really what you enjoy sharing, right? Unless you're doing it for certain things, like certain factors like money or fame or whatever. But for me, it was more of wanting to share my thoughts. Although I feel like I'm not a very articulate person. Like I struggle to make sentences sometimes, or my grammar is not very good while speaking. But I noticed that I have that will in me to keep going. So I think that is value to certain people. Maybe they can structure proper sentences and stuff, but they probably don't have the confidence or like don't have the will to do it. So we are all individual special creatures in our own way. So it's about how we can leverage on our strengths and balance it out with our weaknesses. You know, at the end of the day, it's really just about that. Like life is just all about balancing. If you think about it, like you can't have a investment portfolio that is gaining like 100% every single year, because it just don't make sense. At some point, the bubble is just gonna pop, and you will end up in a much worse position than you are previously. So the best returns are always you know, the gradual and slow returns is what I've getting at. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents on posting content. If you ever feel like it is something that you really want to do, but I don't have the courage to, well, to be honest, you got to break it down to smaller goals, because smaller goals will require smaller actions, and smaller actions help to build momentum, not the big ones. You know, it can be as simple as I'm gonna post a single picture or 2 pictures of what I ate today or what I'm reading today, and that's it. Tomorrow you do the same thing, or next week, whatever it is. If it's something that interests you, get some skin in the game and just keep going. So yeah, that is actually what I want to get to, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. I hope this helped you and share you some value. So thanks for watching and take care. Have a nice weekend. Bye.